has already begun to slow. 4 quiet places are waiting in a single line. Nothing will rush you from one to the next. The hours can blur without effort. This is one long stretch of calm. The spaces will change, but the pace will not. And the night will keep carrying you forward. Yellowstone Winter Inn holds its warmth after midnight. Wood beams keep the ceiling low. Stone keeps the hearth dark and steady. At the front desk, a brass bell sits beside the register. It does not ring. The drawer below remains shut. A key rack hangs on the wall behind the counter. Most hooks are empty. 3 old brass keys remain in place. Each key has a round wooden tag. The numbers are worn at the edges. The hooks do not move. A guest book lies open near the lamp. The last line is dated. No new name is written. A pen rests across the lower margin. Its clip catches the light once. Then it goes dull again. Near the door, wet boots stand on a rubber mat. The leather has dried to a dark shine. Melted snow has left a pale ring beneath them. A wool scarf hangs over the back of a chair. One end nearly touches the floor. The fringe stays still. The front windows look toward the white grounds. Beyond them, the geyser basin is only shape and vapor. Steam lifts in slow, faint bands. The bands do not rise fast. They drift and soften. Then the dark takes them back. At the hearth, the fire has gone out. No flames move in the stone opening. Only the memory of heat stays there. A line of split logs waits in the rack beside it. Bark curls from one end piece. No ash falls. 2 armchairs face the empty hearth. A folded blanket rests on one arm. The blanket keeps its square corners. Between the chairs, a small table holds a guidebook. Its cover shows a snowy bison near a stand of pines. The book is closed. A glass jar of matches stands beside it. The lid is on. No stick has been taken. At the far wall, a coat stand holds one heavy parka. The hood is lined with pale fur. The sleeves hang straight. A knit hat sits on the top shelf of the stand. It has been folded twice. No one reaches up for it. From the hallway, a low heater hum carries through the inn. It does not grow louder. It stays even and easy to ignore. A floor vent near the desk releases a slow stream of warmth. The air reaches the hem of the scarf. The fringe does not lift. On the sideboard, a coffee urn stands under a lamp. Its silver body reflects the room in soft bends. The spout remains dry. A stack of paper cups waits beside it. One cup sits a little out of line. Nothing straightens it. A plate of wrapped tea bags rests on a tray. Black tea, mint, chamomile. The packets do not rustle. The tray stays neat. The lamp above it stays warm. Near the window, a framed photograph shows the inn in summer. Grass reaches the porch steps. The basin behind it looks pale and open. Tonight there is only snow. White drifts hold the railings outside. Steam moves low over the sleeping fields. A wall clock hangs above the desk. Its hands move without sound. No one checks the hour. At the stair landing, a runner rug bends around the newel post. Its red pattern has faded in the middle. The edge stays flat. No foot comes down the stairs. No room door opens above. The inn keeps its quiet shape. Outside, a distant boardwalk rail catches the porch light. A short line of white appears. Then the vapor covers it again. Nothing begins. Nothing calls. The winter inn holds its late-night warmth beside the geyser fields. Near the office door, a shelf carries folded maps of the park. The top map has slipped forward by half an inch. It stays there. A sign beside the maps reads, "Winter Road Update." No fresh note has been added. The clear holder stays empty. On the desk corner, a ceramic mug holds 2 pencils. One has no eraser. The sharpened tips point toward the lamp. The lamp itself has a green shade. Its light falls in a soft circle. It reaches the guest book, the bell, and the edge of the counter. Beyond that circle, the lobby turns dim again. Wood paneling, quiet chairs, a window full of steam and dark. A soft settling sound comes once from the old stair. One sound. Then the heater hum remains. The inn does not answer it. The keys do not sway. The bell does not ring. Snow continues to gather outside the lower panes. The road stays empty. The geyser fields keep breathing into the dark. The lobby waits with its warm lights. The front desk waits with the open book. Everything stays ready for morning and still. In the reading nook, a lamp above the sofa remains on. The shade is cream-colored. Its lower edge glows against the log wall. A local history book lies open on the cushion. A pressed receipt marks the page. No hand turns it. By the porch door, a wooden rack holds 2 pairs of snowshoes. Rawhide webbing crosses each frame. A dusting of powder rests on the lower straps. The latch on the porch door is set. No hinge moves. Cold stays on the other side of the glass. A black umbrella stand sits near the rack. It is empty tonight. Only a drop tray shines at the bottom. Past the desk, the hallway turns toward the breakfast room. The lights are lower there. The wood floor grows quieter under the runner. A framed map of Yellowstone hangs beside the arch. The geyser basin is marked in blue. The inn is marked with a red dot. At the breakfast room entrance, a chalkboard stands on an easel. Tomorrow's breakfast is written in pale letters. Oatmeal, eggs, toast, coffee. No hand adds to the board. The chalk rests on the tray below. A little dust gathers under the word toast. Inside the room, the tables are set for morning. Napkins rest under the forks. Water glasses stand upside down in small white circles. The room is not bright. A pair of wall sconces gives it enough light. Their shades stay amber and calm. One table near the far window has a jigsaw puzzle in progress. Dark pine trees fill one corner. A white ridgeline crosses the middle. Several pieces remain loose in a shallow dish. Blue sky, a pine branch, part of a cabin roof. No one searches for them. The dish remains near the edge. The puzzle waits in its half-finished stillness. At the buffet counter, cereal jars stand under clear lids. The flakes inside are pale and quiet. A bowl stack rises beside them. A waffle iron sits closed on the lower shelf. Its cord has been wrapped in a short loop. The metal stays dark. In the beverage station, orange juice glasses are lined on a tray. One glass stands slightly apart. It makes the row feel less arranged. A pitcher of water rests in the cooler. Lemon slices float near the top. The surface does not move. At the back window, snow presses against the lower frame. Steam from the basin passes now and then. The glass clouds and clears in slow turns. Beyond the window, the boardwalk disappears into white. A park sign stands near the first bend. Only half the post can be seen. No flashlight moves there. No shadow crosses the rail. The field remains closed to the night. At the doorway to the kitchen, a service bell sits on a shelf. It does not ring. Beside it, a folded towel keeps its sharp edge. A refrigerator hum reaches the room from the back wall. Not loud, just steady enough to join the heater tone. Together they make a soft, working sound. The sound does not ask for attention. It holds the room in place. Farther down the hall, the mudroom door stands partly open. A line of tile begins there. The air feels cooler past the frame. Inside, a bench runs under a row of cubbies. Each cubby holds a room number in brass. Most are empty tonight. One cubby holds a pair of gloves. Another holds a folded trail brochure. A third keeps a single knit mitten by itself. The mitten is red. Its thumb points upward. No second mitten appears. Below the bench, a tray holds small puddles from old snow. They have gone still. Bits of grit rest at the edges. A boot scraper sits near the outer door. Black paint is worn from the top ridges. No fresh snow falls from a sole. On the peg rail above the bench, 2 room tags hang from long cords. The numbers are 12 and 14. Neither cord swings. At the stairwell, the carpet changes to bare wood. The stairs climb toward the guest rooms in a narrow square. A lamp on the landing remains on. Its shade throws light against the banister. The spindles make thin bars on the wall. Nothing passes through them. At the top hall, room doors stay shut on both sides. The brass numbers are small and easy to miss. A linen cart waits near the far turn. The cart holds folded towels and 2 extra blankets. One blanket corner hangs lower than the rest. it stays there. A housekeeping spray bottle stands in the lower rack. The blue liquid inside is still. The trigger points toward the floor. Near room 9, a tray sits outside the door. A teacup rests on it beside a saucer. The spoon lies across the rim. The cup has been emptied. A little line of brown remains at the bottom. No one takes it away yet. A radiator along the wall gives a soft tick. One tick. Then the warm pipe grows quiet again. The sound does not wake the hallway. The linen cart does not move. The room doors remain closed. At the end window, the sleeping geyser fields return. Steam gathers low over the white ground. A line of lodgepole pines stands behind it. The trees are black against the sky. They do not sway. Snow stays packed on the branches. The inn keeps this upper quiet as gently as the lobby below. Closed doors, warm pipes, a cart waiting for morning. Nothing begins here either. Nothing is needed. The building simply carries its warmth through the dark hours. The red mitten remains alone in the cubby. The puzzle remains unfinished in the breakfast room. The teacup remains on its tray outside room 9. These small, unfinished things do not disturb the inn. They make it softer. They make it human and easy to trust. Below all of it, the heater hum keeps its low line. Beyond all of it, the geyser fields breathe through snow and dark. The winter inn stays still beside them. A pale gray begins behind the geyser steam. The inn does not brighten at once. Its lamps still hold the warmer light. From the lobby windows, the boardwalk is easier to see. The rail emerges in short white lengths. Then vapor softens it again. The front desk remains just as it was left. The open guest book still shows the last signed line. The pen still rests across the page. The brass bell beside the register stays quiet. It reflects the window light now, as well as the lamp. The two colors sit together on the curve. Behind the counter, the 3 keys still hang on their hooks. Their round wooden tags show deeper grain in the gray. No key is lifted. The green shaded lamp makes a smaller circle than it did before. Morning has taken part of its work away. The desk stays warm in that shrinking pool. At the hearth, the stone looks paler. The firebox remains dark. The split logs in the rack stay ready and untouched. The armchairs near the hearth have not changed. The folded blanket still keeps its square lines. The guidebook on the table remains closed. The jar of matches beside the book stays sealed. The sticks inside lean at uneven angles. They do not shift. At the coffee station, the silver urn reflects more of the room. The stack of paper cups is unchanged. One cup still leans out of line. The tea packets on the tray remain in their low rows. Black tea, mint, chamomile. Wrappers stay still. Near the front door, the boots on the mat have dried a shade lighter. The melt ring beneath them is is clearer now. The wool scarf on the chair still hangs without moving. A faint draft touches the lower glass by the door. It does not reach the scarf fringe. The fringe stays straight and quiet. The porch outside is more visible now. Snow rests along the rail caps. The top step is almost covered. Beyond the porch, the inn sign stands near the road. Only the upper half can be seen above the drift. The letters remain dark with snow along the edges. No tire mark appears at the drive. No door opens to the porch. The morning has not reached that point yet. Near the office door, the folded park maps remain on their shelf. The top map still sits a little forward. The winter road update holder is still empty. The wall clock above the desk moves on without sound. No one steps in to check it. No one comes down the stairs. The stair runner keeps its faded middle path. The wood edges on either side are a little brighter now. No foot touches them. From the hallway, the low heater hum continues. It is joined now by a softer ticking from deeper in the building. A pipe warming, nothing more. At the breakfast room doorway, the chalkboard menu still stands on its easel. Oatmeal, eggs, toast, coffee. The words are clearer in the new light. The puzzle by the far window remains half built. The loose pieces in the dish keep their sky and pine colors. No hand reaches for the next edge. Water glasses still stand upside down at the place settings. The white napkins stay under the forks. Each table waits in the same quiet order. At the mudroom bench, the red mitten remains alone in its cubby. The room tags still hang from the peg rail. 12, 14. They do not tap the wall. The small puddles in the tray beneath the bench have gone flatter. Grit still rests at the edges. Upstairs, the linen cart keeps its place near the turn. The extra blanket corner still hangs a little low. The teacup outside room 9 remains on its tray. No room latch clicks. No suitcase wheel moves in the hall. The guest floor stays tucked inside its own warmth. At the far end window, the geyser fields now hold a little more shape. Low mounds of snow appear around the boardwalk line. Steam lifts in pale layers over them. A darker stand of lodgepole pines waits behind the basin. Their trunks are hidden in shadow. Their upper branches carry the snow. One patch of vapor thins for a moment. The boardwalk rail appears more fully. Then the field closes over it again. Nothing begins there. Nothing signals the day. The basin keeps the same slow breathing. Back in the lobby, the bell remains quiet. The keys remain on their hooks. The boots remain by the door. These repeated still things do not feel empty. They feel dependable. That is the whole mood of the inn. Soon someone will come down for coffee. Soon the chalkboard will matter. Soon the front door will open to the cold. But not now. Not in this hour. The inn still holds the night. It holds the desk with its open book. It holds the breakfast room and the unfinished puzzle. It holds the guest rooms, the red mitten, the quiet tray at room 9. Outside, the road stays white and unread. The geyser fields breathe beside it. The winter morning gathers slowly. The inn remains warm against the basin. Small lamps, wood walls, sleeping steam. Everything stays ready and still before the day begins. Thin frost sits on the upper panes. It has turned to beads. The beads hold their line. Nothing runs yet. The cafe lights stay on after the museum closes. Marble halls lie quiet beyond the glass. Rain has darkened the steps outside. No one is coming down for coffee now. The room is small compared to the atrium, warm compared to the stone, still carrying the shape of the day. Chairs are turned upside down on most of the tables. Black legs point upward. Round seats catch a little gold from the counter lamps. One table near the window is different. Its chairs are still on the floor. A folded museum brochure rests there beside a sugar jar. No one cleared that table completely. The cafe kept it as it was left. That makes the room feel real. The brochure shows a painting on the front. Dark water, a pale sky, a ship near the edge. The colors are hard to see in this light. Only the shape of the picture remains. The paper has softened at one corner from damp air. At the counter, 2 pastry domes sit empty. A few crumbs remain on a tray beneath one of them. Not many, just enough to show that the day happened here. Behind the glass, the espresso machine is dark. A clean towel hangs over one handle. It has dried into a stiff fold. Milk pitchers rest upside down on a rubber mat. Their bases catch the lamp once, then the shine falls away. A chalkboard menu remains above the bar. Espresso, soup, tea. The word scone is partly rubbed out at the edge. The board does not need fixing tonight. It only hangs there over the quiet counter, a leftover sign from busier hours. At the register, the screen is black. A card reader stands beside it with its cable tucked behind the base. A little square of receipt paper shows at the printer slot. It does not feed forward. It does not need to. The machine is done for the night. The museum begins just beyond the cafe rail. Tall marble floor, stone columns, a wide stair rising toward darker rooms. From the cafe, the hall looks larger than it did during the day. Empty space does that. So does evening light. A security desk lamp glows far across the atrium. It is too distant to warm anything here. It only proves the building is still awake in some quiet way. Near the window, the glass holds faint reflections of the counter. Cups, a lamp, the top edge of the pastry case. Behind the reflections, Boston stays wet and dark. Streetlights sit in rain on the pavement. A cab passes once at the far curb. Its color moves over the glass and is gone. The cafe returns to itself. A shelf near the back wall holds stacked cups and saucers. One cup has been turned slightly away from the others. The handle points toward the wall. That small change makes the whole shelf feel human. Not arranged, only finished and left. Beside the cups, tea tins stand in a row. Earl Grey, mint, chamomile. The labels are cream-colored and plain. A spoon tray sits beneath them. Several spoons are lined up well. One rests across the others at an angle. The marble floor of the museum shines beyond the cafe boundary. Inside the cafe, the tile is darker and warmer. A narrow brass strip between the two catches the light. The strip runs straight across the opening, like the line between one mood and another. Stone hall and cafe, echo and cloth, distance and closeness. At the side window, rainwater gathers in the old frame and slips down. The sound does not reach the room, only the sight of it. A coat hook near the service door is empty now. During the day, an apron might hang there. Tonight there is only the shape of the hook against pale wall paint. A small wall clock sits above the service shelf. The hands move. The room does not respond. The day is over here. That much is clear from the chairs, the dark machine, the empty domes, the folded towel. But the cafe does not feel shut down. It feels paused, as if the first cup tomorrow is already somewhere inside it. Still invisible, still hours away. At the nearest chair, one rubber foot has worn pale from the tile. A tiny arc of scuff marks bends under it. The marks stay where they are. At the far end of the counter, a glass jar holds wrapped biscotti. Only 3 remain. They lean against one another in quiet angles. The lid is closed. The paper wrappers catch a little lamplight, then go dull again. Beyond the rail, the museum hall keeps its marble silence. Inside the cafe, a cooler hums under the counter. Low, even, forgettable. The room does not ask for anything. Part 2. The service door to back opens to a narrow prep room. It is closed now. A strip of light shows under it. Not much, just enough to make the floor tile near the threshold look warmer. A bus tub sits by the door. Inside it, a stack of plates leans against a stainless wall. A spoon lies across the top plate, not fully washed in appearance, only set aside. The room does not mind. It holds unfinished things gently. On the side counter, A breadboard stands on edge to dry. Knife marks cross it in pale lines. A damp cloth is folded beside the sink. One corner of the cloth hangs over the steel lip. It has darkened with water. It stays where it slipped. The sink is empty now. No tap runs. Only a faint ring shows where foam had dried and been wiped away. Above it, a metal shelf holds syrups and stacked paper cups. Hazelnut, vanilla, caramel. The labels are small and practical. One bottle is lower than the others. Not empty, just used more often. The prep room has a different sound from the cafe. Less open, more tucked away. A small refrigerator hums beneath the counter. A vent clicks once. Then everything returns to that soft kitchen quiet. Back in the main room, the tables keep their turned chairs. The one uncleared table still holds its brochure and sugar jar. The brochure has shifted by almost nothing. Maybe from air, maybe from the day settling out of the room. The museum beyond the rail remains dim and wide. A statue pedestal stands in the hall, though the sculpture itself is out of sight from here. Only the base is visible. White stone, sharp edges, one side in shadow. That is enough to make the hall feel larger than the cafe again. At the pastry counter, a narrow glass shelf holds the ghost of a display. Labels remain in little metal stands. Blueberry muffin, lemon bar, quiche. No pastry sits behind them now. Only the names remain. The names feel calm without the things they describe, like signs after an event has already passed. A small bell near the register has been turned sideways. Its chrome top reflects the lamp and part of the menu board. It never rings tonight. At the cafe entrance, the brass strip across the floor takes a longer line of light now. It reaches from one tile seam to another and stops. No shoe crosses it. One brochure rack near the museum side still holds exhibition cards. The top card shows a marble bust in profile. Rain from outside has curled the very edge of the paper. Not enough to ruin it, only enough to make it soft. Far out in the hall, a mop bucket stands near a column, yellow against gray-white marble. Its presence makes the whole building feel recently tended, not abandoned. The same is true of the cafe. A towel left to dry. A spoon not put away quite right. 3 biscotti in a glass jar. Nothing perfect, nothing neglected, only closed. A framed print hangs near the back table. It shows the museum in winter from the outside. Steps under snow, flags stiff in cold wind. The cafe windows bright behind the glass doors. Tonight there is only rain, no snow, no flags visible from here. Yet the print belongs. A napkin dispenser near the print has one napkin pushed farther out than the others. The edge makes a white square in the dim room. Too small to matter, still visible. At the cooler door, a magnet holds a delivery note. The paper lists milk, oranges, paper lids. The handwriting below says Friday. No one removes the note tonight. It stays under the magnet and waits for morning. A cup rack hangs above the espresso machine. The cups rest upside down. Their white bottoms make a soft row under the shelf. One cup has a hairline stain where coffee once dried and was washed away. The mark is pale and permanent. It does not hurt the cup. It makes it believable. Beyond the glass, Boston keeps raining. Streetlight, headlight, wet stone. Then darkness again. The city feels far from the cafe, even though it is only outside the museum doors. That is what marble and height can do. They turn the world quieter. They hold it away from the tables and the counter and the last crumbs on the tray. A chair foot touches the tile with a very small shift as the building settles. Not movement, really. Only weight remembering where it rests. Then the room is still again. At the prep room threshold, the strip of light remains. The tub remains. The folded cloth remains damp at one edge. The cafe does not need to be finished any further tonight. The work that matters has already been done. The room has entered that other state now. Not open, not abandoned, simply at rest beside the marble halls. Part 3. Morning has not reached the museum yet. Still, the darkness has thinned. The cafe shows more of itself now. The chairs on the tables look less like shapes and more like chairs. The brochure at the window table shows a little more blue in the printed sea. The sugar jar is clearer at the rim. Nothing has changed. Only the light has. At the counter, the empty pastry domes hold weaker reflections. The crumbs on the tray below one of them are easier to see now. A little crescent near the edge. Two darker crumbs near the label stand. The labels remain where they were. Blueberry muffin, lemon bar, quiche. Small names waiting for things that are not there. The espresso machine stays dark. The towel on its handle keeps the same dry fold. The milk pitchers remain upside down on the mat. One drop of old water has dried under the lip of the nearest pitcher. Morning light finds it, then leaves it plain again. The museum hall beyond the rail is beginning to gather shape. The marble floor is less silver now. The column bases are clearer. The far security lamp matters less. A staircase rises into dim upper galleries. No footsteps sound on it. No voice slips down into the cafe. The building is awake only in the smallest ways. A vent hum. A fridge under the counter. A faint settling sound from stone somewhere in the hall. The sound comes once, then the silence becomes whole again. At the uncleared table, the brochure has not moved farther. The curled corner still lifts. The sugar jar still holds little white packets in a crowded fan. One packet leans against the glass. It has a bent edge. No one straightens it. The chair there has been left slightly away from the table. less than an inch, enough to show that someone stood up from it and never pushed it back in. That tiny gap makes the table feel more human than anything else in the room. The framed winter print by the back wall is clearer now. Snow on the steps, pale sky, a lit doorway. The print holds another season entirely. Still, it belongs in this wet, quiet morning. At the prep room door, the line of light is unchanged. The bus tub is unchanged. The spoon still lies across the top plate. The folded cloth still darkens at one corner. The sink remains empty. A clean steel surface waits under the shelf. The syrup bottles stand in a simple row: hazelnut, vanilla, caramel. The lower bottle is still lower than the others. Nothing here is trying to be beautiful. That is why the room works. A place like this is calm because it has already been used, because hands have set things down, because someone forgot one detail and left another just right. At the cup shelf, the same white bottoms line the air above the machine. The pale coffee mark on one cup remains. The row is tidy, but not perfect. The bell by the register still rests on its side. Its curve now reflects more of the counter edge and less of the lamp. The change is slight. It matters only because nothing else is moving. Far outside, a first early truck rolls through the rain. The sound does not enter clearly. It reaches the hall as a low, passing softness. Then the museum keeps its distance from the street again. That distance is part of the cafe too. Marble, doors, echo, weather, city. All of it reduced before it reaches the tables. At the brochure rack, the exhibition cards remain stacked. The top one with the marble bust has kept its slight curl. The bust looks away from the cafe and into the dim hall. Near the cooler, the delivery note still hangs under the magnet. Milk, oranges, paper lids, Friday written beneath in dark pen. The paper does not flutter. The cooler hum stays low and regular. The note waits where it was pinned. The biscotti jar still holds 3. One wrapper has loosened near the end. The cookie inside remains straight and pale under the glass. At the entrance strip, the brass line across the floor is duller now. Morning has taken some warmth from the lamps. The light is flatter. The room remains kind. Soon the first chair will be turned down. Soon cups will be lifted from the rack. Soon the chalkboard will matter again. Not yet. For now, the cafe stays in this last, quiet hour beside the marble halls. Closed cases, dim lamps, a brochure left on a table, rain outside the museum doors. Nothing opens yet. Nothing needs to be sold. The room is already enough. At the back, a small wall clock keeps moving over the prep door. The hands are plain black. No one checks them. The museum keeps its height. The cafe keeps its warmth. Between them, this small room waits for morning without asking for it. Cold light sits on the plow blades outside. The depot is closed. Snow waits in the yard. No engine is warming yet. The mountain road is still dark beyond the gate. Inside, the building holds a dry, low warmth. The trucks stand in their bays and do nothing. The nearest plow faces the door. Packed snow clings to the steel edge. A chain hangs from the front mount. One wet link catches the ceiling light. The windshield is black. Only the bay lamps live in it. A wiper has been left raised from the glass. Its blade draws one dark line across the window. The floor keeps old marks from slush and salt. Pale tire arcs turn under the trucks. Gravel has gathered near the drain. A little water stays there, flat and cold. Near the side wall, a workbench holds gloves, a thermos, and a folded route sheet. The gloves are dark at the cuffs. The thermos is closed. The paper beneath it shows a green line climbing toward the West Pass. A pin lies on the sheet, not clipped, not straight, just left there. Above the bench, orange vests hang from hooks. One hangs lower than the rest. Its silver strip flashes once when warm air moves through the bay. Then the strip goes dull again. At the back of the room, the salt hopper waits under the chute. White grains have spilled onto the floor. They fan out across the concrete and stop before the drain. The drain is wet but quiet. A thin skin of old meltwater lies around it. It is not frozen. It only looks cold. The depot makes a few small sounds and keeps them small. A heater pushes air through a metal grill. A fan turns somewhere above the office. Something in the rafters clicks once. Nothing follows. Outside the bay doors, snowbanks line the fence. A yard lamp turns them pale. Beyond the lamp, the road rises once and disappears into dark pines. No headlights reach the yard. No radio asks for a route check. The depot keeps its own hour. At the office window, blinds are half open. Inside, the desk lamp is off. A computer screen is black. A mug sits on a stack of forms and leaves a dry ring on the top page. The office feels asleep. The bay does not. The bay is only waiting. A district map hangs on cork by the office door. Red roads climb through white ground. A red pin marks the depot. Blue pins lines mark sheds farther up the pass. One corner of the map has lifted a little. It bends inward. The pushpin keeps it from curling farther. Beside the map, a weather radio glows green. The screen shows one county line. Nothing scrolls. No alert bar appears. At the tool cage, wrenches hang in dark rows on a pegboard. One space is empty. A wrench is missing from its shape. The gap is plain and quiet. A push broom leans by the cage. Its bristles are stiff with salt. Two burned initials darken the wood near the top. The broom stays at the same angle as yesterday. Near the last truck, a bucket of sand sits with its scoop handle tilted out. The scoop is dusted white. The rim of the bucket is cracked on one side. No hand reaches for it. A pair of tire chains rests in a black tray on the floor. They are folded in on themselves. One crosslink lies over another in a rough X. A little melt shines between them. The nearest side mirror holds a small square of baylight. The square shakes once when the heater air moves through. Then the mirror goes dark again. The room is not dramatic. It is useful. Steel doors, cold glass, concrete, rubber, road names under a thermos. At the far wall, a snow brush stands near the sink. Blue tape wraps one crack in the handle. The tape has wrinkled at the edge. It still holds. The sink is dry. A hose hangs below it. A pale soap ring circles the drain and fades into steel. Outside, a little wind pushes loose snow against the doors. It makes no sound inside. The seals hold. The depot stays low and steady before the mountain roads open. Blades waiting by the doors. Vests on hooks. Salt by the hopper. A road still hidden beyond the yard. Nothing needs to leave yet. Nothing has fallen behind. Morning has not reached the pass. Near the first truck, an amber roof beacon sits dark under a crust of snow. The snow has hardened at the base. The lens stays dull and still. At the edge of the bench, a lunch cooler rests on the floor. The lid is snapped shut. One corner is scuffed white. A folded paper towel lies nearby. Its edge has curled from damp air. The heater stirs it once. Then it falls flat again. The wall clock above the office door steps forward in red silence. No one looks up. The trucks keep waiting. A faint smell of salt, diesel, and cold rubber stays in the air. It belongs to long roads, not to motion. The depot keeps it close through the last quiet hour. The blades remain in here, still. The side bay is quieter. Smaller trucks stand there in a shorter row. Their blades are narrower. Their cabs sit higher over the floor. One truck carries a spreader on the back. The hopper lid is shut. Salt has crusted pale along the rim. A route card lies on the dash behind the glass. East Pass, School Road, Creek Turn, The letters are thick and plain. A knitted cap rests on the passenger seat. It has fallen sideways against the door. No one has picked it up. Beside the truck, a rack holds shovels and ice scrapers. The blades face down. Melt water has dried on the metal edges. One long scraper leans away from the others. Its red grip is split near the end. Black tape has wrapped the split once. That is enough. Across the bay, a tire rack stands by the cinder block wall. Mud tires are stacked in heavy black rings. A little snow has melted under the bottom row and left a dark halo. The halo does not spread. The floor has taken enough for now. A small office window looks into dispatch. The light there is lower than the bay light. A screen glows blue on the desk. The screen is too far to read. It could be weather. It could be route timing. From here, it is only a blue square in a quiet room. A corkboard hangs beside the window. Paper notices overlap there in tired corners. One sheet says, "Chains required after summit marker 9." Another has a pencil arrow beside the word radio. The pencil line is faint. It may have been there for weeks. At the chain shelf, heavy loops hang from pegs in matched pairs. Each chain is darker near the lower links. A little grit sits on the tray beneath them. A cardboard glove box rests below the shelf. The top glove points thumb up toward the ceiling. The box has softened at one damp corner. No hand reaches inside. No chain is lifted. The storm can wait another hour. Outside the side windows, the yard narrows between snowbanks. A fuel tank sits beyond the fence. Its round side reflects one blurred stripe of light. Near the tank, a plowed ridge has frozen into rough, white lumps. The ridge looks bright where the lamp finds it. Past that, the dark takes over again. The mountain does not show itself fully from here. Only the first rise is visible. The road curves out and disappears behind piled snow. At the wash sink, a stiff hose hangs over a steel hook. The nozzle points toward the drain. A pale ring from old soap marks the basin edge. A pair of earmuffs sits on the shelf above. One cup faces inward. The headband keeps a curve from long use. Warm air moves along the lower wall. It reaches the hanging chains and does nothing to them. The links stay heavy and still. Somewhere above the rafters, wind runs once along the roof seam. Then the building grows quiet again. A push broom rests near the hopper. Its bristles are packed with white grains. The handle has 2 initials burned near the top. The letters are small. They sit there like part of the wood. The broom keeps leaning at the same angle. At the far end, the roller door has narrow windows. Frost has formed at the corners of each pane. The middle stays clear enough to show the yard lamp. Snow crosses the glass in thin, moving streaks. Each streak appears for a second, then it is gone. On the work table below, a lunch cooler sits with the lid snapped shut. A reflective strip runs across the side. It catches the overhead light and goes dull again. Next to it, reading glasses rest on an upside-down work order. One arm is folded, the other is not. The glasses make the page feel personal. The whole room does that. Hard work, but familiar work. At the dispatch room door, a peg holds a ring of keys. One tag says radio room, another says fuel gate. The ring hangs against painted metal and does not move. The blue screen in dispatch shifts by a shade. Not enough to change the bay, only enough to show that the system is awake. The side bay stays where it is. Trucks in line, chains on pegs, snow beyond the windows. Nothing has to leave yet. Nothing is behind. The road can stay closed beneath the dark pass a little longer. At the nearest cab, a windshield wiper is raised off the glass. Its blade casts a narrow shadow on the snow dust below. The shadow stays straight and thin. A clipboard on the dash has slid slightly to one side. It rests against the wheel. The page beneath it is blank. Near the door track, old gravel has collected in the corner where boots knock it loose. The pieces are brown, black, and pale with salt. They stay in a little crescent against the steel. A red fire extinguisher hangs by the post. Its pin is in place. The tag curls slightly at the bottom edge. The room feels close to movement. Not movement yet, only the shape of it. Soon hands will reach for keys. Soon chains will lift from the pegs. Soon the first cab light will turn on and make the bay brighter than the ceiling ever does. Not now. For now, the side bay keeps its small waiting details. The fallen cap, the split grip. A pale line begins beyond the yard lamps. The depot does not brighten at once. The trucks keep their heavy shapes under the same low lights. Outside the bay doors, the yard has more edges now. Snowbanks stand higher than they did in the dark. The gate chain is easier to see. The first turn uphill is still empty. Snow poles rise from the shoulder in a neat line. Beyond them, the pass remains closed to sight. Inside, the nearest plow keeps its blade lifted off the floor. The thin white edge on the steel has not melted. A drop hangs under one bolt and stays there. The chain at the front mount is easier to see now. Each link is dark except for one small wet side. When the heater stirs the air, that edge flashes and goes dim again. At the workbench, the gloves are where they were left. The thermos still leans over the route sheet. The page beneath it shows the green line around the ridge bend. In the office, the desk lamp is off. The blue computer screen has gone pale with morning. A stack of forms beside the mug keeps the same round stain. The weather radio on the shelf still glows green. County text remains on the line. Nothing scrolls, nothing beeps. The district map by the office door takes more light now. The red depot pin is clearer. The blue pins higher on the pass sit in blank white country above the road lines. One lifted corner of the map bends in a little farther. Then it stops where the pin holds it. The movement movement is almost nothing. Near the sink, the hose keeps its loose loop. The soap ring around the basin looks whiter now. Grit still sits along the base of the wall in a low, dirty line. The salt hopper at the back of the depot is brighter in the new gray. Spilled grains on the floor look more like sugar now. The fan shape reaches toward the drain and ends before it gets there. The dull skin over the old puddle has gone clear again. It was never ice. It was only cold water learning the floor. At the broom by the hopper, the burned initials in the handle show more clearly. 2 dark letters. No one reads them aloud. They belong to hands that are not here yet. A pair of tire chains still rests in the tray by the nearest truck. One crosslink lies over the next in a neat, heavy X. The metal stays dark and patient. Through the roller door windows, the yard lamp is weaker against the sky. Snow still crosses the panes in small, loose streaks. Each streak appears for a second and is gone. The sign bay keeps its own order. Raised wiper blade, cap on the passenger seat, clipboard on the dash. No one enters the cab. No door opens. The trucks do not need to prove they are ready. At the key peg by the dispatch room door, the locker ring hangs against the metal. Radio room, fuel gate, shop 2. The tags stay still. The dispatch screen inside the office changes by one shade, then another. Whatever system is waking there does it quietly. A small sound comes from the heater again. One click. Then warm air continues over the lower wall and under the trucks. Nothing follows it. The overhead lights remain low. The floor keeps the same pale arcs of old slush. Outside, a plow marker on the fence line shows bright orange in the first gray. The color is sudden after so much white and black. Then it settles into the yard like everything else. Near the far truck, a coffee cup sits on the concrete beside a tire. The lid is on. A dark ring has formed under it and dried there. The cup is easy to miss among the tire shadows. The morning makes it visible. That is all. At the chain shelf, the cardboard glove box has softened a little more at one corner. The top glove still points thumb up. The damp has not reached the rest. The fuel tank outside the side window has lost its blurred stripe of light. Now it is only a gray cylinder with frost near the lower seam. The plowed ridge beside it stays hard and rough. A long pass of wind goes over the roof. Not loud, just enough to remind the building where it sits. Then the sound is gone. The depot returns to heater air, metal weight, and the road waiting outside. This hour always feels close to movement. Not movement yet, only the shape of it. Soon engines will turn. Soon doors will rise. Soon headlights will draw lines across the yard. But not now. For now the trucks still stand in their bays. The route sheet stays under the thermos. The road remains out past the gate and out past the first bend. The mountain keeps its dark line beyond the yard. The depot keeps its small, warm order beneath it. At the nearest mirror, the baylight reflection has faded in the growing gray. The glass now holds more of the open yard. Snowbank, fence, lamppost. The mirror does not shake. The truck does not wake. The depot keeps its last quiet before the mountain roads open. The plow blades outside stay blue with cold. The yard waits. The pass waits. Morning comes slowly.